Hey guys, Joe here at JP Details with a rather grubby Focus RS after its recent track day at Silverstone. If you haven't watched that video already, then be sure to check it out because it was an amazing day. If you would rather watch me clean the car rather than racing it, then I hope you continue to enjoy. As you can see, the car is rather grubby due to the recent 300-mile road trip to Silverstone, and due to having a quiet week within the business, I decided the first point of call for the Focus is to get it clean before further work commences. First step is to clean the wheels, which is initiated with a thorough rinse of the wheel itself and the arch. This is going to knock off the loose stuff, so when we hit it with our cleaners and brushes there'll be less dirt to contend with. A cold welcome to British wintertime this year, so I have filled the wheel bucket and body buckets with kettle boiled water. This is going to help keep my hands warm whilst I wash my own pride and joy. I'm using Sam's detailing wheel soap inside the bucket and a few of my favourite wheel cleaning implements. To start with, we have a G-Technic wash mitt, which has now been degraded to my wheel wash mitt, and surprisingly enough, to get between the numerous spokes on the multi-spoke RS wheels, this wash mitt works better than a brush. The Swissfax wheel brush was deployed for certain areas on the wheels to remove the harder to get to dirt and grime. The Easy Detail Go brush was used for the inner barrels and a Tough Shine tyre brush for the tyre walls. I'm using a mixture of the Sam's Detailing wheel soap inside the bucket to clean the wheels with the addition of Valet Pro All-Purpose Cleaner. The wheels are ceramic coated and they don't require the iron fallout product as of yet, so to maintain the active hydrophobic function of the coating for as long as possible, I will only use an iron fallout product when required. After the cleaning of this individual wheel was completed, I rinsed it down with the pressure washer. I will return to clean the arches, but this will be done whilst the snow foam dwells on the bodywork. With all four corners of the car dealt with an OCD passion, the exterior was given an initial pre-rinse to once again remove the loose stuff. Built amber auto foam was then applied to the exterior to begin softening the more stubborn dirt and grime, which was in the region of 7 minutes due to the colder winter temperatures. Whilst the snow foam was working its magic, I took the opportunity to give all four arches a scrub down whilst using the Easy Detail Go brush. A wheels off detail for the Focus is on the cards, and this will be done at the very next available opportunity. After the arches were given the best possible clean with the wheels fitted, I opted to clean the gaps and crevices, badges and emblems, grills and filly cap area with a Swissfax detail brush and Valet Pro All-Purpose Cleaner. This is the first in-depth wash for the Focus within my ownership. Due to being so busy detailing and valeting other people's cars, I had given the car a few washes in the meantime, but not quite as detailed as how this one is going to turn out. I decided to apply a fresh layer of snow foam mid-detail brush stage due to it being non-existent on the paintwork due to how long I spent with the detail brush. All accessible nooks and crannies and harder to get to areas were given a thorough seeing to before rinsing the exterior off. The two main products that I'm going to use for the exterior wash is hydrosilix silica soap and Sam's Detailing insect remover. This is my first time using the hydrosilix wash shampoo, and I was looking forward to giving the Focus some type of basic ceramic protection. You would think that a product wearing the name silica would in fact contain some traces of silica, i.e. ceramic properties. There are no instructions for use on the bottle of the silica soap, so I excitedly added a nice amount of the product to my wash bucket. The bucket was then blasted with the pressure washer to create some suds, and I began washing the exterior of my beautiful blue Focus with a microfiber madness Incredi wash mitt. My initial thoughts on the silica soap is that it does produce a decent amount of suds, which isn't usually the case with a soap infused with silica. This did make me wonder whether or not this so-called silica soap has any silica in, or if it's just a revolutionary ceramic infused soap of some sort. Regardless of whether or not the soap was laying down a sacrificial layer of silica, I continue to wash the exterior of my beloved automobile. No matter how much I do love this car, I am fully aware that the paintwork is in pretty bad condition, particularly for a detailer. There is an abundance of swirls, scratches, blemishes, sun cream handprints, deeper scratches, holograms, sanding marks, overspray, paint chips, blobs of tar, tree sap, and quite possibly a train full of iron fallout contamination. I'm sure it goes without saying that the Focus is going to get the biggest detail of my life and is actually planned to begin on the 12th of January. Whilst washing the car for today's video, I'm not fussed about adding to the already present abundance of swirl marks. Today's job is to give it a decent and much needed scrub down, whilst enjoying a bit of so-called time off, building a strong relation with my own vehicle. Sam's Detailing insect remover was deployed to tackle the insect matter on the front of the car, and I can vouch for the effectiveness of this product as I have used it before. The problem with the Focus is that it hasn't been owned by a detailing enthusiast in the past, so those bug splats that are on the front of the car have probably been there for a few years. A simple spray down and wipe over with insect remover isn't going to remove these marks, as they will need either clay barring or machine polishing. For those more recent unfortunate bugs that gave their lives to become a new unsightly feature on my car will be dealt with the Sam's Detailing insect remover. A secondary wash mitt was used to clean the lowest areas on the Focus, including underneath the front and rear bumpers, exhaust tips and the painted inner arches, quite simply to keep my primary wash mitts in their best possible condition. After the rather lengthy washing process was finished, the exterior was thoroughly rinsed down, and at this point I will mention that you should really start to see some benefits from this so-called silica soap. The water beading was practically non-existent, and with all honesty I did feel rather let down by this product. My ordinary wash and wax puts a better hydrophobic effect on vehicles, and this product is meant to be ceramic infused. I do plan to make a separate product review on the Hydrosilix products, 3 in total, and we're not really off to a good start. On the other hand, it did save me 50p by not using my ordinary shampoo, so not all is lost. After almost overly exciting myself with some low rev and cold pops, I deployed my new Gravitas heated car blower to contactlessly dry the car. I opted for this method so I could blow out the gaps and crevices. For a week's stay inside the JP Details unit, it also saved getting a few drying towels from getting soaking wet. This dryer was sent out to me by a company called Gravitas, and I would highly recommend looking into one if you need a blower. They are well priced, extremely efficient, and with the hot air function makes drying your car a breeze. A full product review video is due out on this decent bit of kit, which will be uploaded in due course. The main benefits of using a blower is to offer the paintwork the ultimate in drying safety, i.e. no chance of swirl marks, and of course if you dry it properly there'll be no drips from the gaps or crevices. I made full use of the blower and enjoyed this process whilst doing it to the Focus for the first time, and I then cleaned the door shuts and sills including the boot with Maguire's detailing spray and a few microfiber towels. Feeling disappointed with the silica soap, I wiped the exterior down with Maguire's Last Touch detail spray to add some extra shine and a sacrificial layer of protection that the silica soap failed to achieve. Once again, I'm honestly not fussed if my rapid approach to this quick detail spray stage has any negative effect of the swirling on the car, as the detail that I have got planned for it is going to remove far more than just the paint swirls. A sore point for the car was the rather stained 5-inch fist-worthy exhaust tips, which have since been given a 5-stage wet sand and polishing process, so they now look amazing. The tyres were dressed with my favourite tyre dressing, which is Swiss Wax Pneu, and they were then allowed to dry naturally to achieve a rich satin finish. Another standout area for this mediocre neglected example is the rather faded scuttle panel. Lithium trim serum is once again being deployed to take many years off the appearance of this heavily faded piece of trim. I used a microfiber applicator to massage the product onto the surface, and as soon as it went on I knew I was in for a decent result. My plan with the car is to turn it into a concourse example and track inspired 911 beta, so consider this first wash or warm up to the big detailing series. These areas are going to be dressed again. It's all about layering the products for these blatantly neglected sections of the car for a long lasting finish. Chances are the car has been hand polished every once in a while due to the white polish residue in the crevices around the car. No doubt it would be the infamous Auto Glim Super Resin polish. Whilst attending to the previously faded scuttle panel, I also opted to dress the other plastics. I want to make a start in improving a few areas, so when the big detail does come around and these areas will be on their second or third layer, the entire car will pop when the big detail is done. Lithium trim serum is to be applied onto a clean and grease-free surface, i.e. clean them with APC and then wipe them down with IPA. Apply the product to the surface and allow it to sit for 30 minutes before buffing the areas with a microfiber towel, which we'll get to shortly. The next area on the car, which I imagine has received zero amount of attention in the past 9 or so years, is the dried out rubber seals at the bottom of the windows. Swissvac seal feed fluid is a rather expensive product at around £55 for less than 500ml, but it's an amazing product for these rubber seal surfaces. Carefully apply your expensive Swissvac's product to a detail brush and apply to the rubber seal, making sure you don't spill any on the floor. I don't IPA these rubber seals down beforehand, I simply clean them with APC in the washing stage and then blow them out with the heated blower. IPA will dry these surfaces out quicker, which is something that I don't want to do. Instantly after applying the product to the severely dried out sections of the car, you can see a massive improvement in appearance from what it was like before. With this product you do want to allow it to sit on these surfaces in its wet form for as long as possible to allow the product to absorb into the rubber surface. Swissvac seal feed is going to provide some much needed moisture to the rubber seals and make them look far better maintained. Once again, just like the faded plastic, I do intend to have a few separate sessions on treating these areas for a long-term improvement. After 1 hour, I wiped over the rubber and plastic surfaces with a fresh microfiber towel to remove the excess product. I could see a huge difference in appearance for these previously neglected areas, and I was satisfied with my initial attempts whilst carrying out this warm-up detailed wash to the big detail. I've got a few interesting product reviews due out soon featuring the heated Gravitas blower, lithium trim serum, Swissvac seal feed and hydro silence. Please stay tuned for these videos, as particularly the first 3 are items or products that have seriously impressed. At long last I have a clean car and an empty unit for a week, so work can finally commence on the Focus RS. As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for plenty more videos. Feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, just search JP Details, and I'll hopefully catch you in the next one.